Hello and welcome to 1-3. Today we're going to be talking about the order of operations. So our goal is that we are going to be able to use the order of operations to simplify expressions. So let's talk about that quick. We know what operations means. That is our four operations: multiplying, dividing. I probably should have started with adding and subtracting. Those are our four operations. So what order do we do them in? That's what we're going to be talking about. All right, so first let's start by talking about some vocabulary. A numerical expression is a mathematical expression that includes only numbers and operation symbols. Now, one thing to remember about this, there is no equal sign in an expression. So what you're going to be seeing in this video is we're going to be doing things like what is 5 times 7 plus 13? Okay, and so we're going to talk about, well, what order do I do? Do I do 7 plus 13 first? Or do I do 5 plus 7 first? That's the question. And simplify basically means find its value. I always get this question on this chapter when kids read, what does it mean to simplify? Simplify just means like finding the answer, except for there is no answer because there's no equal sign. So we're just trying to simplify it down to one number, also known as finding its value. That will make more sense once we do a couple examples. Here's this page again. The order of operations is a rule that tells you the sequence to follow when you are performing operations in a mathematical expression. So we first start off with parentheses, then we go to exponents, which we just learned about in 1-2. Then we do multiplication or division. Now these two are the same level of importance. So because they're the same level of importance, we do them from left to right. Just like how you would read, that's how you're going to work the mathematical problem if you have more than one multiplication or division problem to do. And then lastly, addition and subtraction, and that is also from left to right. This is how I like to do it because you start at the top. So the P is parentheses or grouping symbols, and that is the first importance. If you ever see grouping symbols, that is the first thing you're going to do. Then we'll do exponents. That'd be like 3 to the second power or 3 squared. Then we do multiplying and dividing from left to right, and addition, subtraction from left to right. And how we remember this is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Now let me show you a picture of my dear Aunt Sally so that you can know why you need to excuse her. Brace yourselves. Bah! Yes. Actually, I should say, no, this is not my dear Aunt Sally. This is just a funny picture that I like to show you, so hopefully you'll remember. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, that's how we remember parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Let's do some problems. Now that we have a whole lot of background information, let's do some problems to start practicing what we've talked about. Simplify each expression. So now if I'm going to follow the order of operations, please excuse my dear from left to right Aunt Sally. Let's say I should start at parentheses. Are there any parentheses? No. Exponents? No. Multiplication? Yes. So that means first off I'm going to start by doing 12 times 2. And that would give me 24 plus 9. Okay, so I did all the multiplication and division, but there was only one. And now I have to add these two numbers together. 24 plus 9 be 13 here, 33. So if I am going to simplify this expression, because it's an expression because it doesn't have an equal sign, I would simplify it down to the number 33. Let's do another one. Okay, please excuse my dear, from left to right, Aunt Sally, from left to right. All right, parentheses. Ooh, I do have a parentheses this time. That means it's the first step I'm going to do. 12 times 3 is 36. Then I have to bring everything down that I did not use. And then I can drop the parentheses because I do not have more than one number. Once you get what's inside the parentheses down to one number, then you can drop them. Okay, so next I'm going to look for exponents. Nope. Next I'm going to be looking for my multiplication or division. So first I see that I have one division, so that's what I'm going to do next. So I need to do 36 divided by 6. Now I know 6 goes into 36 6 times. So I'm left with 7 plus 6. And please take note that each time I am drawing this arrow showing that I'm working on this problem here. Now I'm working on this little problem here. So lastly, I'm going to be adding 7 and 6 together to get 13. And that's my final answer. So I'm going to put a box around it. All right, let's try another one. All right, I'm going to write my please excuse my dear, from left to right, Aunt Sally on the side over here. So I remember to check off that I'm being very careful here. So parentheses, nope. Exponents, yes. So we remember this does not mean 3 times 3, so the answer to this is, well, we'll see, but it means 3 times 3 times 3. So I do like it if you, whenever you're doing exponents, that you write that out underneath, because a lot of times when kids get going way too fast, they do 3 times 3 is 9. Well, that's not the fact. In this case, it's 9 times 3, or 27. You're going to be way off with your answer if you're going to start writing a 9 down for there. Now I'll bring everything else down. 27 plus 8 minus 16. Okay, so we're done with exponents. Multiplication and division? Nope. Addition and subtraction? Yes, we have 2 of them. That means we're going to start on the left and go towards the right. So 27 plus 8 is 35. Minus 16 is 19. All right, so then I'll just put a box around my answer right there, and that is our answer. Now let's try, we have 2 more that we're going to try together. Okay, now this is a little bit trickier here, guys. We're going to be practicing a little bit of everything. Okay, so first we're going to start out of parentheses, which I do see I have to do 1 plus 3 here. Is 4. Then I'm going to bring everything down. Okay, check. Got rid of my parentheses. Next, I need to do exponents. 5 times 5, not 5 times 2. 5 times 5 is 25. Minus 2, bring down my times. 4 divided by 8. Whew, this is a doozy one, you guys. Done with exponents. Now my multiplication and division from left to right. So I'm going to start here with 8 divided by 4. And that is 2 times 25 minus 2. Now you have my multiplication I need to do. 2 times 25 is 50 minus 2. Now I'm done with multiplication and division. Lastly, I need to subtract. 50 minus 2 is 48. Now you can see these don't take a long time. You just have to really make sure that you're following the order of operations as you're solving it. All right, here's our word problem here. Regina bought 5 carved wooden beads for $3 each and 8 glass beads for $2 each. Simplify 5 times 3 plus 8 times 2 to find the amount Regina spent for beads. Okay, now this was nice. They already gave us the expression, but it really would have been, we could have figured this out on ourselves too. So let's figure this out here. So first I'm going to do parentheses, nope. Exponents, nope. Multiplication from left to right. So I have to do this one first. 15 plus 8 times 2 is 16. 15 and 16. Oh, I already did my 2 multiplication facts. And lastly, I'm going to figure out what 15 plus 16 is, and that equals 31. So how much did she spend on the beads? $31. All right, now this last one here is kind of a critical thinking problem. You have to figure out where can you put your parentheses so that the answer is correct. Because if I were to solve this using the order of operations, it would not be equal 12. My dear Aunt Sally. Okay. So a lot of this, you guys, is guess and check. Like, let's see what would happen if I did. So now I know 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2. So that would give me an 8. So, I mean, basically here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say, well, what happens if I put it here? So I would do 8 plus 6 is 14 minus 20. Well, I can't do that. Okay, so that's not where it's going to go. Let's erase them here. What if I put my parentheses right here? Let's check that out. Plus 1 times 4. Now I would use the order of operations, so I do my multiplication here. 4 plus 8. Does that equal 12? Yes, it does. Okay, so add the parentheses so that the equation is correct. We are talking equations now because we do have this equal sign here. And so in order to make this correct, I would need to put parentheses around the 6 and 5. Because when I tried putting around the 5 and 4, I got a negative number, so I knew that wasn't right. Well, next I could have tried the 2 and the 6. That probably would have given me quite a larger number than what we wanted. So we just kind of have to play around with it and see where would be the best place to make the equation correct. Now that is all that I have for you today. I apologize, this is a little bit of a longer video. I tried to make it fast, but it's a really important concept that we need to cover. You will be using the order of operations to solve all of your equations and expressions for the rest of your mathematical career, so it's very important that you took good notes and that you come with your notes tomorrow. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great night.